When you think about what really makes a man attractive to women, you might instantly picture the usual stuff: height, muscles, maybe a flashy car. But here's the truth. Women are often drawn to something much deeper, the subtle details most men completely overlook. In today's video, I'm going to share the first 8 things women tend to notice about a man, but more importantly, I'll show you how to improve those things in a way that feels natural, real, and authentic. No pretending, no forcing, just small, powerful shifts you can start making today. These aren't just surface-level tricks. These are qualities you build from the inside out, rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism, living with intention, not chasing approval, and still holding that quiet, magnetic appeal that lasts. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to walk this path with me. The path of Stoic living, a calm, powerful way of life that helps us grow stronger, stay grounded, and remain unshaken by the chaos around us. If you haven't subscribed to the Stoic Station channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a lesson that could change your life. And hey, if today's video helps you out, drop a 1 in the comments. If you think it could use some work, leave a 2. I always appreciate your honesty, and I'm committed to getting better with every video. The first thing women often notice about a man isn't just his face or his clothes or even his voice. It's something more subtle, yet incredibly powerful. His health, specifically the strength of his immune system. Now, I know that might sound a little technical at first, but stay with me. Because what we're really talking about here is vitality, that unspoken signal of energy, strength, and life. Women are naturally drawn to men who radiate health. Not in a flashy or obvious way, but in the kind of way that says, this man takes care of himself. This man is strong, calm, centered. In scientific terms, it's called immune competence. That's just a fancy way of saying how well your body can protect itself, fight off illness, recover from stress, and stay resilient under pressure. It's something deeply wired into us, into human nature. Because at the end of the day, health is survival, and women, consciously or not, are tuned in to these signs. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There are certain visible signs of good health that women pick up on almost instantly. Think broad shoulders, a slim waist, a certain balance in how you carry yourself. These are more than just aesthetics. They're signals. They quietly communicate that your body has healthy levels of testosterone, the hormone behind not just strength and muscle, but also energy, drive, and even confidence. But here's the good news. You don't need to spend hours in the gym or bulk up like a bodybuilder to appear healthier. There's a small, clever trick you can use that takes just a minute or 2, and it can immediately make you look stronger, more balanced, and more put together. Here's what you do. Start by tucking in your shirt like you normally would, then take any loose fabric on the sides and fold it neatly inward, toward your back or toward your sides. Finally, smooth out the front so it lies clean, flat, and sharp. It might seem like a minor adjustment, but it changes everything. Suddenly, your chest appears broader, your waist looks leaner. You create that timeless V shape, a natural silhouette that women subconsciously associate with health, protection, and masculine strength. And remember, this isn't about trying to be someone you're not. It's about noticing the little things that most men overlook, but that women, they spot them immediately. When you show up looking healthy, sharp, and intentional, even in something as small as how your shirt fits, you send a message without saying a word. I respect myself, I'm strong, I'm grounded, I'm here. That kind of energy, unmistakable, The second thing women tend to notice, especially in today's digital world, is something most guys completely overlook: the background of your profile picture. Now I get it. You might think, as long as my face looks good, I'm good to go. But here's the truth. What's happening behind you in the photo? That says just as much, if not more, about who you really are. In fact, a fascinating study using eye-tracking technology found something surprising. When women scroll through dating profiles, the first thing they tend to notice isn't your face. It's your environment, where you are, what surrounds you, what kind of life you're visually living. And it makes sense, right? Because the background, that's where all the unspoken signals live. It tells her whether you take care of your space, whether you seem put together, whether you live in a way that reflects stability, intention, and purpose. Subtly, but powerfully, it hints at your lifestyle, your level of success, and even your social status. And like it or not, those are things women are naturally drawn to because they tie into security, resources, and emotional grounding. So what should you actually do? Well, instead of snapping a blurry selfie in your car or a bathroom mirror pic with your towel in the background, be intentional. Here's a better plan. Start with your outfit. Put on a well-fitted button-down shirt, clean, sharp pants, maybe even layer with a sleek jacket. Add a subtle touch, like a watch, a ring, or a simple necklace. Nothing flashy, just a hint of detail, a sign that you care. Head out to a place with good energy, a rooftop cafe, a sunset overlook, a clean modern space that gives off good vibes. Bring a friend, someone who can take a few high-quality shots of you, natural lighting, relaxed, confident posture, nothing forced, just you being present. And here's the pro tip: mix it up. Include a few photos of just you, looking calm and grounded, but also include some group shots, laughing with friends, sharing a moment, being social. Why? Because that shows dimension. It tells a silent story. This guy isn't just attractive. He's connected, he has a good life, he values quality. And that's the kind of message women feel before they even know why. It's subtle, it's powerful, and it instantly sets you apart from the crowd. So remember, it's not just about your face. It's about the life your photo reflects. Because that background, it's painting a picture of who you are, and she's looking closely. The third thing women often notice about a man might catch you off guard, but once you hear it, it'll make perfect sense. It's your neck. Yes, your neck. Surprising, right? But in a subtle, instinctive way, it's one of the first things that draws attention. Why? Because the neck is one of the most visible, exposed, and honest parts of the body. It's always out there. No filters, no layers to hide behind. Whether you're in a t-shirt, a collared shirt, or even a jacket, the lines of your neck, the shape, the posture, it all tells a silent story. There was a fascinating survey done with over 400 women. They were shown images of 3 different types of necks: thin, toned, and thick. And guess what? The majority found the toned neck the most attractive. Not too bulky, not too thin, but strong, balanced, and defined. It stood out as a mark of quiet strength, of discipline, of a man who takes care of himself but doesn't try too hard. And here's where Stoicism comes in. There's a timeless principle in Stoic philosophy: focus only on what you can control. And while we can't control everything about how we look, we can choose to care for the body we've been given, with consistency, with purpose, and with respect. Your neck? It's something you can train, not just to look better, but to stand taller, to project strength, posture, presence. So if you're ready to level this up, here's a simple daily exercise you can do. No gym membership needed. Lie on your back, on a flat surface like a bed or a bench. Take a lightweight plate, around 5 to 10 pounds. Place it gently on your forehead, supporting it with both hands for stability. Slowly lift and lower your head. Controlled, steady movements. These are called neck crunches. Aim for 20 reps per set. Rest briefly. Then go again. 3 to 4 sets total. It only takes a few minutes a day, but the impact, real. Over time, your neck will look more defined, more balanced, and it'll subtly enhance the way your face and jawline appear as well. It's like sharpening the frame of a picture. It just elevates everything. And women? They might not even know why they find it attractive at first. But they do, because it quietly signals what truly matters: strength, discipline, care. The kind of strength that doesn't shout, it simply exists and gets noticed. Now let's talk about the fourth thing women tend to notice, even if they're not consciously aware of it at first. It's something deeply wired into how we perceive beauty, trust, and strength. And that is facial symmetry. A face where the left and right sides are balanced, aligned, and harmonious often gets perceived as more attractive, more confident, and even more trustworthy. It's not just about looks, it's about what symmetry represents: health, balance, stability. And here's the great news, especially for men. Unlike women, men have more flexibility in how their facial features can visually shift, with the help of grooming, posture, and daily habits. Which means this: you can absolutely improve your symmetry, not by chasing perfection, but by making smart, intentional choices. Let's start with one of the most powerful tools in a man's appearance: your beard. Choosing the right beard style can dramatically affect how your face is perceived. Here's how. If you have a rounder face, try growing your beard a little longer at the chin. This adds length to your profile and creates a more balanced silhouette. If your face is already angular or chiseled, keep your beard tight, clean, and close to the skin. This sharpens what's already strong and brings out those masculine edges. Next, if you're serious about refining your facial structure even more, consider using a beard roller. It's a small, simple tool designed to encourage fuller, more even beard growth by stimulating circulation and promoting collagen under the skin. Whether you're just beginning your beard journey or already rocking a solid one, the roller helps you shape it with intention, filling in uneven spots, sharpening lines, and improving overall facial balance. But again, this goes deeper than just appearance. In Stoic philosophy, we learn to respect the body we've been given, not to obsess over it, not to seek validation, but to train it, to cultivate it like a garden, not for praise, but for discipline. Every time you groom your beard with care, every time you choose a style that suits you, you're sending a clear, quiet message to the world. I pay attention. I take care of what I've been given. I move through life with presence. And women notice that. Not just the symmetry of your face, but the energy behind it. They see a man who puts in effort, not because he's insecure, but because he has pride, standards, and intention. That's deeply attractive, because it speaks of something far rarer than good looks. It speaks of character. The fifth thing women often notice, and this one runs deeper than looks, deeper than words, is your level of maturity, especially if you've shown signs of it from a young age. Now here's the truth most men don't hear enough. Women, biologically and instinctively, are often drawn to men who feel just a little more mature than they are. Not in a condescending or distant way, but in a way that feels safe, steady, and centered. It's something evolutionary, rooted in the search for stability, wisdom, and emotional strength. So when a man carries himself with grounded confidence, when he seems to see the bigger picture, when he doesn't get rattled by the little things, that's magnetic. But here's the good news. Maturity doesn't have to come with age. It doesn't take decades of life experience. It's not about waiting. As the Stoics taught, don't wait to become better, start today. Because true maturity, it's not measured in years. It's built with intention, with self-awareness, with discipline. It's a choice you make every single day. So how do you look more mature without waiting for time to hand it to you? One powerful and often overlooked way: grow a beard. It might sound simple, but there's a reason this has been a symbol of masculinity and wisdom across centuries and cultures. A well-groomed beard can instantly make you appear more masculine, more seasoned, and yes, more mature. It frames the face, adds depth to your features, creates presence. But hey, not every guy can grow one easily, and that's totally okay. What matters more than genetics is effort. Here's what you can do. Try natural supplements like arginine, an amino acid known to promote healthier, thicker beard growth. Use a derma roller a few times a week. It stimulates hair follicles and boosts circulation. Apply a quality beard serum or oil, something with natural ingredients that nourish the skin and promote growth. And wash your face with products designed for your beard and skin type. Consistency is key here. These tiny daily actions, they might seem small, but over time they stack. They shape not just your appearance, but your identity. And that's the heart of it. Because this journey isn't just about the beard, it's not about the products. It's about what it represents: self-care, discipline, growth. That's what Stoicism teaches us. To show up better than we were yesterday. To take small steps with quiet confidence towards something greater. Even if you're not the flashiest guy in the room, even if you're not the loudest voice or the most obviously alpha, you're still winning because you're evolving. And that kind of quiet, steady growth, she notices it long before you speak a single word. Now, the sixth thing women often notice, and this one might surprise you, it's the presence of other women around you. Sounds strange at first, right? But there's actually some fascinating science behind it. When a man is seen interacting with, or simply being liked by, other women, he's often perceived as more attractive. This is known as the mate choice copying effect. The idea is simple. When one woman sees another woman value a man, she subconsciously thinks, maybe there's something special about him. It's not about competition. It's about social proof. Subtle cues that tell her, you're safe, you're respected, you're someone worth noticing. A study published in the Journal of Scientific Research put this to the test. They had 49 women look at photos of men and rate their attractiveness. Then, without changing the photos, they told the women how other women had previously rated those same men. And the result? Most of them adjusted their opinions, often raising their ratings based on what others thought. So if you feel like, well, I don't have many female friends, don't worry. This isn't about being surrounded by a group of admirers. It's about showing in a natural, respectful way that you know how to connect with women without pressure, without pretense. Here's a simple tip you can try. If you're going somewhere, a social gathering, a party, even just a casual event where someone you like might be, consider bringing a female friend. It could be a close friend, a cousin, a chill co-worker, someone you're comfortable around. What matters most is that it feels natural, relaxed, and genuine. Don't try to act different. Just be yourself. Talk. Laugh. Enjoy the moment. Because when a woman sees you engaging comfortably with other women, with no pressure, no performance, it sends a powerful, subconscious signal. Other women feel safe around him. He's approachable, he's emotionally intelligent, he's someone I can trust. And that right there, that's quietly magnetic. Now, here's the Stoic truth. We don't try to manipulate people into liking us. We don't chase approval. What we do is focus on showing up with good character, being real, respectful, present. So being seen with women, it's not about showing off. It's about showing that you're a man who knows how to connect, who knows how to listen, care, and simply be human. And that kind of presence, women feel it before they even understand why. The seventh thing women tend to notice, sometimes even before your voice, your style, or your smile, is your skin tone. It's one of the first things the eye is drawn to. And for women, it can send a powerful subconscious signal about your health, your energy, and your overall vitality. According to a scientific study, a naturally sun-kissed, slightly tanned complexion is often rated as the most attractive. Not overly bronzed or fake-looking, just that subtle, healthy glow. Why? Because this kind of skin tone is quietly associated with higher testosterone levels, a biological indicator of strength, resilience, and yes, masculinity. And here's the best part. You don't need to bake in the sun for hours or risk damaging your skin to get that glow. There's a simple modern tool you can use. Something that not only improves how your skin looks, but also how you feel when you walk into the room. It's called tinted sunscreen. Think of it like your regular sunscreen, but smarter. It protects you from UV rays, which is key for long-term skin health. And it adds a subtle tint that blends with your natural skin tone. No white cast, no oily film, just clean, clear, healthy-looking skin that speaks volumes without saying a word. I'll be honest with you, I used to hate sunscreen. It made my skin look weird, chalky, almost fake. But when I discovered tinted versions, it changed everything. They blend in effortlessly, even out your skin, and cover small blemishes, without looking like you're trying to hide anything. The result? You don't just look better, you look healthier, fresher, and more put together. And that's something women notice almost immediately. Because it's not about vanity, it's about vitality. In Stoic philosophy, we learn a timeless truth. We cannot control how others see us, but we can control how we show up. And how you show up in your body, in your presence, in your skin, matters. Taking care of your skin isn't about chasing perfection. It's about showing that you respect yourself, that you're willing to do the small things daily, to live with discipline and self-awareness. Because in the end, it's not just what she sees, it's what that glow represents. Self-care, vitality, quiet confidence, and yes, she notices. And now, we've come to the eighth thing women tend to notice about a man. It might sound strange at first, but once you hear it, it makes total sense. It's your phone. Yes, your phone. Not just the model, but the condition, the way you handle it, and even how you treat it. In a survey of over 1,000 people, about 60% of women admitted they judge men based on their phone, not out of vanity or materialism, but because the phone you carry can quietly say a lot about you, even more eye-opening. 55% of women said they had a negative impression of guys with phones that were cracked, scratched, or dirty. 35% linked old, outdated, or poorly kept phones with low self-care, or a lack of stability and resources. Now let's pause for a second. This isn't about flexing the latest model or dropping hundreds of dollars on the newest release. That's not what this is about. What it is about is intention. It's about showing that you care enough to keep the things you own in good condition. Because how you treat your phone, it often mirrors how you treat your space, your habits, and even yourself. And as the Stoics taught us, you may not control how others judge you, but you absolutely control how you carry yourself. So, what's the simple takeaway here? You don't need the flashiest phone on the market, but you should have one that looks presentable, clean, and functional. Even a used or refurbished model can make a strong impression if it's cared for. Wipe it down, replace the case if it's worn out, fix that cracked screen if it's been staring back at you for months. These little things, they speak louder than you think, because to a woman, a man who takes care of the small stuff is likely someone who takes care of himself and who can be trusted to take care of others too. She might not say it out loud. She might just glance at it, make a silent note, and move on with the conversation. But trust me, she'll notice. Here's how I see it. Women notice. Before you even say a word, not because they're judgmental, but because they're far more perceptive than most men realize. They read into the details, the ones we often miss. These days you're being sized up not just by your words, but by everything else you carry with you. The way you hold eye contact, the way you stand, the way you smile, even the phone in your hand or the shoes on your feet. Every small detail is saying something about you, whether you realize it or not. I used to think that just being myself was enough. But here's what I've learned. Being yourself doesn't mean letting yourself go. It means living with intention. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need discipline. Because taking care of your appearance, your presence, isn't about trying to impress anyone. It's about showing respect for yourself. Even the smallest habits. Washing your face, ironing your shirt, walking with purpose. These are the quiet signals of a man who knows exactly who he wants to become. And personally, I don't believe in flashy, shallow attraction. I believe in the quiet strength of a man who lives by principles. And when you live like that, women will notice. Not because you're chasing their attention, but because you're living in a way that deserves it. That's how I choose to live. What about you? Are you paying attention to the small details? Are you choosing discipline, even when no one's watching? Do you believe you're worth more and are living each day to prove it? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. And I genuinely want to know, are you living in a way that makes you proud? So there you have it. 8 subtle things women tend to notice about men. And here's the kicker. Most guys, they overlook these details, but not you, because now you're aware, and awareness. That's the first step toward lasting change. When you start paying attention, when you start improving even the tiniest habits, from how you dress, to how you speak, to how you carry yourself, you begin moving closer to the strongest version of who you're meant to be. Like the Stoics said, don't shout about your transformation, stay quiet, and let the results speak for themselves. So if you're ready to keep leveling up, I've got 2 more videos waiting for you. Just click, keep going, and keep growing. Quietly, steadily, and I'll see you in the next one.